Hey friends, I'm in my happy place today and I have a minute, so I thought I would make an update. This is where I'm at today, but Cody's loft. It's the view we have to deal with every day. Isn't it awful? It's just terrible. I kind of love it. So today I am celebrating having lost 30 pounds. I weighed in yesterday at like 228 after having had a very, very, very bad day the day before, where I didn't eat. Like, I think I ate maybe 600 calories for the whole day. It was a really, really bad day. Bad panic attack, and I just couldn't eat. I couldn't drink. I couldn't do anything. So I knew yesterday when I weighed in at 228, I was like, I'm dehydrated. I haven't eaten. So like, it's not legit. I knew like part of it was kind of like real, but then I knew part of it was like the fact that I just hadn't consumed anything for like 24 to 36 hours. So it's like, all right, hold on, let me just reset. So yesterday I did really well eating and hydrating, and just had a much better day. And I weighed in this morning, and it was 229.2, I think. And you guys, I have not weighed less than 230 pounds, I think, since like 5th grade. So it's a big win for me. And it's kind of a huge milestone. Gets me gets me over a third of the way there to my weight loss. So my goal is to lose 100 pounds. I started at 260. I'd like to get to 160. I don't know if that'll be like really small for me. I have a very large frame, just big, broad shoulders, big, huge hips. But I just want to find a happy weight, like that's comfortable and like feels good in my body, where I'm really strong, really muscular, but like fit and lean. And just where I feel good. So not that I don't feel good now. I do have to say, I've learned so much in this last month that I didn't anticipate to learn. So this month, I guess this was month 4. Let's see, I started August. So September, October, November. So November was my 4th month. And I guess I'm finishing that up now. And it was definitely the hardest. I really, really struggled quite a bit. Emotionally, I had some days where I just ate and like anything that was like in front of me that had caloric energy of any kind, I put in my mouth. I just had some really bad days. And then I had some really good days, you know. But the thing I learned most this month was about, it's like a constant journey of give yourself grace and be kind to yourself, but don't allow being kind to yourself like to roll into like making excuses and going back to the way you were doing things before. But like, be kind to yourself. Don't hate on yourself, but keep moving forward. Just keep going. Don't quit, right? Because like, if you quit, then you're giving up all of the hard work that you just worked, like you literally worked your ass off to accomplish, like all the things you worked your ass off to accomplish. And so, that was a huge thing for me, on those really bad days. The fact that I was able to wake up the next day and not like wallow in self-pity and self-hatred and repeat that cycle of struggle, but to be like, okay, yesterday really fucking sucked, but today I'm gonna do as as best as I can to make it a good day. And that's even like emotionally. That's not even just with food. I missed 2 workouts, which I have not missed a workout yet. But I had 2 days this month that I just, they were both really, really bad emotional days where I just couldn't do it. And I had to give myself grace and say, you know, respect yourself for knowing your limitations. Right now, you're just not in a place mentally to be able to go and work out and to do a good job and to be safe and to not cry through the whole thing. And so I just didn't, you know. But the win there is definitely the fact that I didn't hate myself for it. I knew that it was okay not to be perfect. I knew that it was okay that just because I didn't work out this one day didn't mean that I hadn't already done so much incredible work, right? Incredible work that has changed my life forever. And that just because I've had one bad day doesn't mean that all the things that I've done are just going to disappear. And so that's the win for me right now, is knowing that even on my really bad days, like the day after Thanksgiving was insanely difficult for me because of missing my mom and not being with my babies. Even on those days where I just feel like I can't do it and I can't keep going and I just want to eat everything and I just want to fill the holes in my heart with food or other things, shopping, even when I want to do that, doesn't mean that just because I allow myself to do that a little bit, doesn't mean that all of the things that I've done are gone, you know? And so, that's huge for me because I am such a perfectionist, you guys. Like, I hate on myself so much. I do not give myself enough credit for the good things that I am doing and the amazing way that I live my life. And it's always not good enough. And I'm just learning that it is. It's like, it is good. It is good. And what I'm doing is worth it. And it's even the little changes that I make in my life are making big, huge changes in the rest of my life. And everything I do is worth it. And even those bad days, they can't take away all the work I've done to get to where I'm at. And I'm not gonna let it. I'm not gonna let the bad days ruin me, you know? I struggle with like insane anxiety. The other day, my kid got sick because he had a bad reaction to a vaccination. And this is the first illness in my boys since my mom got sick back when COVID became a thing and took over our lives. And at the same time, when my mom got diagnosed with cancer, like the same day COVID exploded. And I've had insane anxiety around what was going to happen when my kids got sick. And it happened. It happened. And I was a disaster. I like laid down and I couldn't get up and I couldn't function and I was a zombie. I couldn't move. I couldn't speak. I like drove home to my child and just held him and literally just survived that day, you know? It was really hard and really exhausting, and I'm like 2 days post panic attack and I'm much better. But yesterday I started out rough, you know? I started out in like a hangover from my panic, and I was worried that I wasn't going to be able to eat still. I wasn't going to be able to drink the water I needed to, and I wasn't going to be able to do anything that I needed to do. But I was able to recover a little faster, and I think that's partially because I'm eating better and I have goals, I have things I've got to get done, but also just like I'm getting a better hold on my self-talk. Like when I was in the panic, I had to get through it. Like there was nothing. Like I tried everything I could to stop it, but when you're having panic attacks, sometimes you just have to roll with it and let it go. And this episode that I had was like, it was like a 12-hour episode. It was extremely painful and exhausting, and I was like, oh my God, this is happening again. And I was so terrified. But I got through it, and it's done, you know. And usually it would take me like a week to recover, not playing, like a week solid to recover from this kind of stuff. But I'm trying to live differently now. You know, I went on a walk yesterday. I spent time with Cody, who's extremely important to me, who fills my life with such joy and happiness and is such a good friend to me. And it was exactly what I needed. I got some work done. I snuggled and played with my babies in the evening. I did what I needed to fill my soul. And that's what I'm learning about in this anxiety-induced COVID times, is like how important it is to take care of yourself and love yourself and give yourself grace for the days that just fucking suck. They suck the life out of you. But like, to know that those days don't define you. They don't define who you are. They don't, like, I am not just Des with a panic disorder that like can't function. Like, I'm actually a very high functioning, very successful, powerful woman who is doing big fucking things in her life, and panic's not going to ruin me. Eating disorders are not going to ruin me. You know, my addictions are not going to take over my life anymore. So anyways, that was very long-winded, but I just wanted to say that, like, I have some friends who are, you know, doing a challenge with Coach, and some of them are kind of perfectionists, and like they have this like all or nothing attitude about things, which is like, it's really great, but it's not sustainable, right? It's not sustainable because it's like, just because you missed one little thing that you needed to do that day doesn't mean you didn't do all the other things that make you successful, that like create the sustainable changes. And so that's what I'm really embracing right now, is like, okay, yeah, I didn't quite get my protein in the way I needed to, or, ooh, I went over my calories today. But it's like, okay, yeah, I went over my calories, but I also walked. I also got like 6,000 extra steps. I lifted fucking heavy today. Like, I lifted hella heavy weights and had really good form, and I killed it at the gym. Like, think about all the things that you're doing that are so good, right? All the little things that add up to the big sustainable changes. And that's where I'm at. You know, I'm realizing that like perfection is not required to be successful. What's required is to be willing to fail, and then to get your ass back up, dust your fucking shoulders off, and keep moving. And know that your failures do not define you. What defines you is your willingness to risk it, to put yourself out there, and to keep pushing, because that's where your biggest gains are going to be. Those pushes where you're like, yeah, I just fucking sucked at that, but I'm going to keep trying because that's what I need to do. And eventually I'm going to get it right. So that's what I got today. Thank you guys so much for following me on this journey, and for loving on me and supporting me, and just being there for me. I love my community, love my friends and my family, and yeah, I appreciate y'all so much. Have a good one. Bye.